Hello, in this tutorial I'll be showing you how to use the D5 animation or video walkthrough feature. This is really quite a powerful feature as it allows you to create sort of quick and easy walkthroughs or fly-throughs throughout your D5 render. So to start, obviously have your buildings or designs rendered or whatever you like. Ensure that the materials are how you like them and that all the environment or HDRIs are set to how you like. And then we can begin doing the actual fly through. So to begin, I actually have a scene saved as where I'd like to start my fly through from. I think this position makes sense as we'll have the fly through um, passing through each of these three different facades. And so what we can do, starting here, click on this little video icon up the top right. And so we'll just create a new clip. And so yeah, this is what it will look like the first time you click this video icon. And to begin, we can add the current view as the first scene. So now what we can do, first we'll open this little drop down. And I'll just set it as fly, so it's a bit easy to control. And once you set it as fly, essentially how you move is you right click on the mouse button to pan your camera and use the WASD keys on your keyboard to move front, left, right, and back. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll move the camera to where we might want the second shot to be. So I think here would be quite good. And you simply click this icon next to the first scene that we added. And you can see that added in. So if we click play, it will sort of take us through our animation so far. And so now what we can do is essentially keep moving through our scene and essentially stopping to where we want to add our next scene, clicking, and once we play through, we can see how that looks. So now I'll just quickly continue running through the areas I might want to make a video of. So I think this part here would be another good place to add. So add that, and then maybe once more here, looking up, add that, and then walking through, and then maybe another one here would be quite cool. Oh, I'll just go back and add this, then I'll just simply pan up, add that once again, continue moving forward down here, looking up, and then I'll move up, so I'm pressing the Q key to fly upwards, and then I'll move back a bit and add this scene, then pan this way and move to the right, one more, and then continuing all the way to the right, I'll add one more here, all the way so we can get a proper preview or a proper overview of all three, and add that. So now if we click play, we can see what that animation looks like so far. Okay, I think it's looking quite good. However, I felt that these initial areas are a bit too slow. So a really handy feature we can adjust is the seconds between each one of these frames. And so that allows us to control the speed. So here instead of 3 seconds, I'll make this maybe 2 and do the same here. And once more. So now if we click play, we can see this initial portion is a lot quicker. And then say I want to spend a little bit more time here, I can click on this one, drag that, click on this one and make it 4 seconds. I'll just drag this back slightly to see how it looks. And that's a little bit slower, and I think that is looking pretty good. And this part a little bit too slow maybe, or we don't like how we go underground here. So all we can do is simply move upwards slightly and then hit this refresh button. So that has refreshed that scene. So now if we play it back, we avoid going underground. And I'll just do the same here. I'll refresh this one. And here, I'll go there. Okay. Great. So that's a quick overview on how to create quick animations, but D5 is really quite powerful in that you can also move some of these assets that we have modeled in. So for example, I've got these birds up here. Let's say I want to show them actually flying through the scene as the video plays. What we can do is go up and select these birds, or just down here we can select the bird swarm in this asset. And so while this timeline is at the very beginning, up here under Inspector, we can click Add Keyframe. So we added that keyframe, and then, so they begin there, and let's say by the time we get to about here, we want them to fly past these buildings. What we can do is go up and find the little gizmo for these birds, so there, and I'll actually just simply move them forward. So now at this point, if I click add another keyframe, and then we go back and watch these birds, doesn't seem to have saved, so I'll just do that again. So I'll move these birds back, and I'll click add keyframe. I'll move them back, and then here, begin there, add keyframe. Cool. Now we hit play, and we can see these birds actually moving throughout the scene, throughout our video. And you can do the same for these people models and so on. Now, once you're ready to actually render out this video, what we can do is adjust the resolution. So 720p may be a bit low, 1080 might be, I'd probably recommend as the minimum. MP4 format is fine, frame rate 30 seconds, 30 FPS should be okay, and you simply hit render once you're ready to render it. So I'm not going to render it now because it takes quite a while, but that is the process, and that's how you have a nice, easy fly through in D5. Thank you.